This is Duncan Keith, and you're listening to Missin Curfew.
What's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshaw in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
Fellas, coming to you from Hall Pass Media at Newport Beach, this is Missin Curfew. And before the boys start snapping around, let's not forget this show is always presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Obes, the up dog in studio. We got our boy Richie Fella back in Scottsdale. Boys, good to see ya. Fella tour. We are taking off bright and early tomorrow morning. Buffalo, Chippewa Street. Here, I've never been so excited in my life to go to Buffalo.
Yeah, you take the early bird home, and she jumps out of the closet. Magic show. Fuck, this one's early, boys. Tomorrow, I gotta pick up. We got G Money in the Sprinter van, the Missin Curfew Luxury Automotive Sprinter van, picking the boys up at 3:45 a.m. right to LAX. And
Jesus, boys,
Richie, that's gonna be a quick one.
Early.
But I'm packing extra undies, warm socks. I got a Labatt fucking onesie I'm bringing, because it's going to be a chilly one there on Sunday. And I'm bringing my clubs, Richie. I called you today. I'm like, man, ship sticks is going to cost about $800 to ship these clubs to Orlando. So I'm bringing clubs to Buffalo and then on to Orlando, fella, next week to the Pro Rivals Open with you, fella. How you doing, Rich?
Yeah, I'm doing great, buddy. Yeah. What's the weather like? Anyone check the weather? I know probably not perfect, but
She's nippy. But we're going to be nice and warm in that Labatt Blue suite for the game. And Richie, I got you our boy Jason. He's got you a nice Buffalo Bills or Labatt Blue onesie snow suit for the tailgating. UN Swishy. Okay. Found one for my fat.
I do have my old Bills jacket. I was going to bring your old starter jacket, but
or you have to.
Rare.
It's showing snow at noon on Sunday.
Ooh, that's going to be dicey for my quarterback, Josh Allen.
Oh, that's going to be nice. The snow coming down.
Snow coming down. Boys, it's going to be a treat.
Sunday high of 11, low of 0.
That's chilly.
Yeah, the best weather we're going to have is, well, it's going to snow maybe Friday. High of 30.
Strap in, fellas, is what we're saying.
I might bring the old winter boots out.
Well, you got to bring the winter boots out. Swishy told me that. I don't remember this from Brad's wedding or my time playing against the Buffalo Sabres. Last call in Buffalo is 5 a.m. Is this?
That's 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Oh, okay.
4 a.m. Chippewa Street, 4 a.m.
Okay.
That's late enough, isn't it?
That's plenty late. That's plenty late. So I got Jason. Shout out to Jason. I'm like, hey, fella, Friday, can you drop a couple beers off? Because I just remember in Pittsburgh for that fella tour, we were back in the room. We didn't have much to drink. I can remember that. So he's dropping beers off, and then he's like, I remember Swishy saying 4 a.m. last call. We might not be rendezvousing in the room like we had to in Pitt, eh? But we got some blue lights coming to the hotel.
It's going to be a good day, long day. And then one that's going to involve some excessive drinking light beers.
Yeah, Pristine Pilsners.
Yeah, bedwetters.
My 7:30 flight home on Monday might be a crime scene, Richie, on that bird. Whoever's sitting beside me, I apologize in advance.
Panda Express would be hit hard. Orange chicken.
Little orange chicken bum there in the first class seating. Sorry. What time is your guys' flight Monday to Orlando?
We are out Sunday night, buddy.
Oh, yeah, we started at 7 p.m.
Oh, wow. Sorry to do that to you, but they wanted us there Monday morning early for Pro-Am.
Gotcha.
The way she goes, they say. So, yeah.
Oh, so you guys are going to be digging out of there.
Digging.
What time is it?
You're going to have to bring your shit to the fucking game.
Clubs? No.
Everything. Good thing I got a fucking Sprinter van for the boys, because you guys you're going to be up against it. Game will be done at 4:30.
At least we won't be pinned. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you boys are out Sunday. All right.
Is it a 4:30?
1 o'clock game. So it'll be done at what? 4 o'clock? Oh, you guys will probably have time to get back, grab your shit, and go.
I feel like, what time do they want us? We're starting boozing at what time? 9:30?
Jason wants us there. Yeah, he wants us picked up at 9, but
9?
Yeah.
That's a good 10-hour shift, fellas. Digging.
Wow.
Yeah, well, the game starts at 1, right? So we'll probably 10 a.m. pick up.
Jesus, we'll be loose.
Yeah.
We will be taking in a full, Bills Mafia pregame tailgate fan fest. I mean, it's going to be
So let me ask this question. So you said we're gonna have a sprinter event, so we're gonna have some heat. Is that what you're saying?
A sprinter van's a loose term. It's a van
Down by the river.
It's a van.
It's just a van.
It looks all right. It was last minute. I was like, shout out to Jill Lipso. I was like, Jill, if you got to get me something here. And she tracked down this. There was a couple she sent me. I'm like, we can't be rolling in that. But this one looks all right. We could keep our shit in their beers, and there's TV, I think, and he's gonna park right there. We got a little home base.
Okay, it's always nice to have that, eh?
Yeah, you guys can throw your clubs in there if you're fucking need to.
Who's going through the table?
Well, depending on how I feel, I'm probably gonna do it, unless I'm too hurt and that I'm like can't even physically.
How high do you got to jump?
For my fat ass, not very high.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I see in videos. It's off usually of a van. It's off a van.
Well, it'll be off Jason's truck.
Yeah, it is right.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the Chris Farley now. You see me now? You don't. See me now? In a van down by the river.
Like this. Eh?
Yeah. In a van down by the river, and just give her. It's either me or I'm throwing ice pick through one. Casey, to answer your question, ice. Be prepared that you might be going through one, fella, depending on how the big guy's feeling.
Hey, I'm ready. Don't worry about me.
Bring some shoulder pads and fire those on him.
Shoulder pads.
You know if they got like food going, or are they gonna be like
There's a little waste juice or something like.
What do you want? Sushi? I don't know if there's gonna be any fucking sushi for.
I'm thinking like smoking something in the parking lot. You know?
Yeah, I think you're gonna get a lot of fucking buffalo wings and some other stuff in there, fella. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We can get a barbecue if you want to fire some shit up for you. We can always put that in there.
I think Jason has all that. We have full tailgating experience coming at. That's why he wants us over there early.
Early, yeah, for sure.
I was a fellow. 9 o'clock's right for the Missin Curfew squad, though.
I know, but you want to experience the whole thing, though. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So we got Friday, Saturday night with you boys to get her going. That's good for me. My 7:30 flight just got a lot more manageable with you leaving town, Richardson, at fucking 7 p.m. I'll tell you.
I love taking the heat for you. I love taking the heat for you, Olds.
Hey, so you boys got a direct shot right from Buff to Orlando, or?
Yeah.
The old Southwest.
Oh,
I know. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Yeah. Well, that was what we'd had to take the next morning too, right, Rich?
Yeah. We had a 5:30. Well, we had I think it was a 5:30, 6 o'clock flight the next morning, or the 7 o'clock the Sunday night. So
So you guys got to get in there Monday and tee it up, like right, like tin cup style.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Here, you got time for a quick
nugget?
You got time for a quick bucket? No, tee it up, bud. So you got to go right into a program of just like talking to people and shit on Monday.
Well, yeah. The lucky thing, it's only 9 holes.
That's
key. And then you can fuck off for the rest of the day.
So this is a full like week experience for you guys, huh? Like
it's 4 days of golf.
4 days of golf. Wow, that's a lot. So when's the first round?
Tuesday's first round, and then you get 3 rounds, and then home Friday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, so a little pro-am, 9 hole. That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't like your guys' chances coming off a fellow tour right now. I gotta be honest. I was gonna put some money on you guys, but I don't know if I can now.
I don't know, Richie. I hope they have us out together. Part of me thinks, playing guilty with you would be a little easier than showing up and having to play with Tony Romo on the first day.
Well, what's your plan Monday evening? Are you gonna do like a IV in a cold tub, or are you just gonna keep her going?
I guess it's a night all the boys sit around and get pinned and have a dinner together.
Yeah, we do like a whole rules thing and like the welcome thing, and then you get a drinking again. And
so you guys are gonna go Friday, Saturday, Sunday drunk flight Southwest, Monday,
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
I might fly in to watch this fucking display here. Like those fucking 6-footers, you guys.
Fucking yeah.
You gotta just you gotta putt everything out.
Putt everything out. Yeah.
They don't.
Well, you can pick up if you're putting for a triple, you pick the thing up. Yeah.
Okay, so you can.
Yeah, double's the worst you can get.
Oh, my kind of tourney.
Yeah.
Doubles, that's nice. That
it kind of keeps everyone. It keeps everyone a little tighter, right?
You don't want to be putting for a 9.
No,
like that's
especially when there's people watching and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, pick it up there, Romo.
Are you gonna hit it? Do you think you guys nip a spectator with an errant drive or anything like that, or what? Like,
I'll be good for one duck pull right.
To the fucking patrons that are going this tour, if Upshaw hits a duck hook, look out. You don't want to get hit by that.
Hey, Richie, did you see the island green that this course has? The Evermore?
I haven't scouted it, no.
Hey,
haven't walked the course yet, eh, Rich?
Funds. Evermore Golf Resort, Orlando. Watch the first picture that comes up. Richie, I'm not going to hit this. I'll have the shake.
What's the yardage?
Look at that, baby.
Oh, it depends how far. If you got a wedge, you can hit that, can't you?
I don't know.
It's
Just
just
poop it in that bunker if you got it. You can get up and down from over there.
puke into it, right it in the.
You can get up and down from over there. Put it on get a free drop from the bridge, put it on, drink 4, you get out of there.
Yeah. I might fall off that bridge if you know, for the 4 days we're having going in.
Hey, Richie, now that I know my boys at Missin Curfew are going to go in there like a little kind of stung to get, like, how quickly can you get a cocktail on the course there? Like, are they running by all the time? Like, because I think
the best setup is the locker room. So you go over in the locker room, have breakfast in the morning, get, IV, whatever you need, massage. And then the bar's open 24 hours a day. So if you need a cocktail before you even head over, there you go. Like, you get to the course, there's a bar set up right there. You can grab a Philly cooler, get whatever you need for the day. And then you can obviously throughout the day, there's runners and stuff like that. But, so there's no shortage of.
Yeah, we're going to need it, eh, Rich, is what you're saying?
Oh boy.
Yeah, Speaking of runners, so Upshaw, you're about to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Sunday.
you're about to go 10 straight with travel and altitude.
We might not see him till the new year.
Oh, man,
I was going to say this January 1, I'm quitting booze for a solid month.
I'll bet you.
Huh?
You want motivation? I'll bet you that you don't do it. And I want you to do it.
January 1.
Think about it. I'll bet you.
No, I'll text you right now.
Until the Bear Jackson.
When is the Bear Jackson? End of January, right?
I think it's the end of 27th or something, I think.
Yeah. You got to drink there. So that's long enough. 27 days.
No, the Barrett Jackson's before that. I think it's the 21st.
If you think that there's going to be something in the month of January that doesn't pop up in your life that you're going to want to have a cocktail, I don't think you physically and mentally can't do it if you locked yourself in your house. But your lifestyle of what you do, you have zero chance. Because of you're always doing.
Saying that the odds are pretty much stacked against me.
Unless you lock yourself in the house or go to Malibu for 30. If you go to Malibu for 30, you can do it.
Hey, Loops, what about
Go work on your tan in Malibu and fucking you can do it.
Just put me in the clink.
Oh, man. You guys are beauties. Hey, listen, boys. Can't wait. Buff, we're coming. Hey, if you're in Buffalo or maybe you want to come over from Niagara, Friday night, we have a watch party. Come on over, see the boys. I cannot wait to get on the road with you fellas. I'm really looking forward to it. Spotify, great little thing they do here, boys, is they make you a playlist of all your favorite shit from 2025. I thought it was great. So I just want to go through mine real quick here with you boys. I think I might be a little surprised to Updog what I'm listening to, but my top genres: number 1, acoustic country; number 2, folk rock; number 3, tropical house; number 4, classic rock; and jam band number 5 for me, Updog. Been listening to a lot of country ever since Stagecoach. I'm not gonna lie.
I love it. Some reason a little soft country hit my top genres as well, fella.
It's safe to say 10 years ago that wouldn't have happened with our no.
But I think it's a lot of golf. It's a lot of me driving with the kids and this Ellie Langley being so hot. That's another reason why she's up there. Minutes listened, and this is probably a lot of my nanny Lily at the house with the kids. Let's see, 38,000 minutes. That's 26 days of music. So I mean, that's not bad. We're doing our share and paying for the data that costs, to play music live like that. Richie, anything pop up for you? I got electronic, rock, indie, folk, soft pop.
Yeah, I'll just go artists. There's a couple artists I've been hitting pretty hard the last little bit here. My kids are in this. Your kids in this K-pop?
Yes.
Holy.
To the movie and everything.
Yeah, same. Yeah. And that's like at the top of my list, K-pop. And then I got a little Jim Croce, some Zach Bryan.
Yeah, I got him on mine too.
And then I always got Morgan Wallen ticking in there. So,
boys, my top artist, and this goes out a lot to the Toronto Blue Jays and then going to the World Series, but my top artist for the year, tragically hip.
I got Oasis. Cole.
I could have guessed that one.
Morgan Wallen.
That is strictly from the World Series and spending my time on the lake. Like when I'm on the lake, I listen to hip all day, every day. And obviously I listen to it here or there too. I just think that's cool by Spotify, man. I got a playlist right now of all my favorite tunes. I'm fucking banging this morning. I'm having a time. I'm in a great mood. I'm going on the fucking road.
Yeah.
Get away from my girlfriend.
It's great.
Spotify, good on you, boys. Keep it rocking. Stagecoach, I'll be there again in April. I cannot wait. If you haven't been to Stagecoach and you're not a country guy, doesn't matter. It's a good group of people. Speaking of that good group of people, one of me and Richie's favorite coaches, John Tortorella, back with ESPN, doing great stuff with Steve Levy. He was on the another night with Bucci. They were great. Torts is good TV, man.
Yes.
You know, say what you want. He calls it how it is. He's himself. He doesn't give a fuck what people think about him, and he won't come on Missin Curfew, Rich? So he was on with Steve Levy the other night, and I text Steve during a commercial break. And I'm like, Leaves, do me a favor and ask Torts when he's coming on Missin Curfew. He goes, okay, well, here's a direct quote from John Tortorella. Fuck right off.
Well, don't change, Torts.
Yeah, fuck right off. But it's good to see him.
I love that.
Torts.
Yeah, no, it's a good, and you know, we chatted about this with one of our guests not too long ago, but just about, you know, keeping things fresh. And for Torts, it's like, it's fresh, and, you know, for an audience or just being in the business, it's nice to listen to a guy that went through coaching and then is out of coaching and gives that perspective and has the history there and is old school yet still understands the new kids. Like he's got a heartbeat for the game,
yeah.
And obviously has not changed one bit with you. So that's classic.
And his opinion, right, Richie?
Yeah.
One thing about Torts, he's not going to sugarcoat it.
He don't care what you think of his opinion, right? So that's what I love about it. I mean, but you know what he does? Like we always talk about this, he just cares too. He actually is such a great person. He cares so much, and I don't know. I love his opinion. I love the way he sees the game.
And I would say this: he would have a good time if he came on Missin Curfew because he could just rip me, which he used to love doing. But
I would love to hear the stories of like what he actually, you know, some videos or the one.
Oh, he'd be fantastic talking about you.
Oh yeah,
the Rays game. I mean,
no, that was great. He caught me at fucking Yankees Red Sox in Tampa spring training because Tort's a New England guy, so me and Paul Ranger, we get so baked in the parking lot. We come in here, right? I'm like, I need 2 beers and 2 dogs. And then I'm following Range, and we're in the wrong. I'm like, this is the wrong section, Range. And down we go, up we come, down we go, up we come. So finally, we find our seats, and nothing about it. Next day, pre-scout, and Nigel's kind of looking at me, and I'm like, what the fuck is it? I didn't even play last week. And sure enough, Torts is like, hey boys, you know, Shane O'Brien, I'm just, you know, talking about being a pro and taking care of himself, and you know, it's really starting to listen. Roll it, Nige, and then it's just me with 2 monster beers and 2 hot dogs up and down the fucking stadium. I'm like, oh, could have done.
How did they get that footage though?
His phone. Nigel had like that.
He just took his phone. He showed his phone and did it. Okay.
Yeah. He had like remember the old flip phones that had the.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's great.
Torts was giving it to Bucci. He's like, Bucci was bringing up like every college player, like every guy in the show about college, and Torts was like, fuck, you know every college these guys went. He didn't swear, but he's like, you guys know, you know every single guy. Hey, Bucci, he's like, yeah, I like college hockey. And Torts like, I guess you do. He knew like every school. So, Torts, don't go changing, buddy. Last but not least, our little rundown here, fellas. I'll tell you what. I think we've all been to Italy, right? The pace of play in Italy is not very quick. I mean, the old Italians don't like to hurry on anything. Building a fucking rink is right up there. This is like, I saw a quote from Bill Daly saying, if it ain't ready, we ain't going.
Yeah, no, I read some stuff too. It's just like have the event over here. Like have it over here and let them play for the gold medal in the big cities here. Like you guys, you guys fucked this up, so we're gonna do New York, Toronto, Montreal, Vegas.
That would be sick. I would see you there if that happened.
It would be. I mean, it's almost impossible for them to do.
They're all NHL guys, though.
I know, but just scheduling the rinks for a full rink takeover for a tournament, like it's.
Well, there's no NHL games, so that helps.
That does help.
Wouldn't that feel weird though? Not being at
I know
Olympic Village and
yeah.
For the players, it would suck, but as a fan, it would be better for us.
I think they play hard.
But then the medals have to be over here too to give them, like they got to feel like they're part of it in a way. It's just they royally fucked this up. They've known they've been having the Olympics there for 10 years.
Oh, you've been to Italy?
And
they sleep from, you get lunch, or they sleep from fucking 2 to 7.
And then we'll fuck my hot wife and I'll have another cappuccino and some.
Yeah, these boys, there's no panic button in Italy. They take their time. I looked at the rink, half the left side of it's not even done yet. I'm like,
how the fuck are they getting this done in 3 months?
They're not.
They're gonna have to bring over some people from a different country, I would think, to get this done.
Yeah. Who's the hustlers over there? Bringing some, I don't know.
Yeah, 3 months. It's not even.
I don't want to say it, but
yeah,
it's like 2 months away, right? It's like beginning just second week of February. It's like right away.
What do you guys think? She's going to be 3 or 4 feet shorter on the end boards. The first thing I thought about McDavid and McKinnon, slow down, eh? McDavid may end up in the 3rd fucking row before he knows. I'm like you got to have a stop sign up 3 or 4 feet. Coop might want to take me, Rich.
It's like the old St. Mike's Majors Arena back in the day. But
I put up some numbers there, buddy. Yeah, hey, box out city.
Well, that guarantees Tom Wilson a spot, doesn't it?
100% Sam Bennett. Pack your shit. You're going to fucking Italy.
It goes back to our argument that rinks could be different size and make it it's all about building your team around your own home barn.
It's one of the best ideas you've ever had. I like that would be so cool, right?
Yeah.
If you're old school Brian Burke, we build a small little rink and just get fucking guys in there.
Yeah.
Jagged edges on the board.
Like no room behind the net, just elbowing guys.
No neutral zone if you got a slow team. Hey, just fuck clog her up, boys. Anyways, time will tell. But I'll tell you what they do a nice job in Italy. Fuck, they do a nice penne vodka sauce over there with a little fucking prosciutto on the side, a little mozzarella tomato rich. I'll tell you, it's nice, isn't
A
it?
little caprese.
Oh, with a Negroni to wash it down.
Oh, I like a little limoncello as well.
They do it right over there. And your stomach doesn't hurt after. You don't feel like you weigh 900 pounds. It's awesome.
That is nice. It is nice over there.
But to the boys over there, I'd say get her going. Push the panic button a little bit, but I'm sure they'll find a way to sneak her in. But we'll be right back at Missin Curfew. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. DraftKings, baby. Pick 6, presented by our good friends at DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Boys, I hit a little pick 6er there last week or over the weekend, but I'm back to just reality sunk in here.
Are you going to fire up a quick one maybe for the game on Sunday? Are you going to put something in?
I had Ovechkin over half a goal, got her.
Yeah.
Brent over half a goal, got her. And then I went ice cold. Leo Carlson over half a point. They got shelled 7-0. Caulfield over half a goal. That would have hit if it wasn't for Eric Comrie. Celebrini over half a point, didn't get her. And Tage Thompson over half a goal. So I went 2 for 6. That ain't going to get you shit. But Richie, I'm on the board, fella. I hit one. Houston in the game.
That's it, buddy. I haven't hit a full 6-banger yet. I've only got the 5 for 6s that don't pay shit, but they give you like half the money back or something. But
You get your ante back.
yeah,
Grab a coffee. Here's your ante. Grab a coffee. Well, hey.
there you go. There's your $6. But I'm still looking for my first win, so I'm proud of you, bud. Good job.
You're going to be able to play pick 6, right?
I'm pick 6, and come this Buffalo game, if there's snow coming out there, I'm going to look at the rushing yards. I'm going to look at be a pass under receptions, and I'm just going to start tickling some, some of the ones that that line might be a little high right now.
Yeah. So get involved, boys. Pick 6. It's great for NHL, NFL, everything you need, boys. And last but not least, in our DraftKings segment here, Top Titty is back. Kyle Casey Conway's doing a hell of a job. Every Saturday, we'll post a video with the link on our social. Get in, stare at the salary cap. The more you beauties play, the more American dollars up for grabs. So pick 6, get involved. Top Titty, boom. It's fantasy, boys. It's a lot of fun. Moving on here, curfew bets. Unlike the up dog, I'm still fired. I'm fired.
Keep it going, baby.
Leafs money line over the Cats. They went in there, boys. And I'll tell you what, best game I've seen them play all year. Joshua, Roy, and McMahon have a nice little chemistry going. Domi up there on the top line with Matthews and Nyes. I've been begging for it. Thought he looked great.
Yeah.
A couple turnovers though.
You like his wheels right now? It's nice.
Style set.
Yeah, style 6.
Style. He's always had 6 style. I would just
CCM wheels.
if I said one thing to him, not that he cares, I'd say try not to force him. Sometimes he'll force him to the middle. And
He likes to throw those sauce to the middles, doesn't he?
yeah,
Like too much.
biscuit.
I think Chief, that probably drives Chief crazy, right? I would imagine. Yeah. But I like him on that top line. That was a big win for me, boys. I'm going to keep it rolling here. Avs puck line over Vancouver. Vancouver got the first one, and then the Avalanche, it was an Avalanche. You want to talk about a team that,
I know.
listen,
Best.
Brock Nelson playing unbelievable.
Yeah.
Playing unbelievable. My boy Landeskog. Landy is back. Good for
That
Jared.
second line, Obes.
Yeah, but listen, good for Jared Bednar. Didn't start Landy off the first month on the power play. He's got him back net front now, right where he belongs. He's so smart. And even Nate McKinnon said that after his interview. Like, the way Landy sees the ice, like, he's back, Rich. The way he's playing, he's skating well. He's getting physical. Like, this Avs team is, it's not a fluke. And Landy's a big part of it.
Yeah. You said it. Like, Landy has looked so good the last, 10 days. Brock Nelson's skating like I've never seen him skate. They've looked really good. And then, having Nichushkin on your third line is kind of a luxury, right? So it's a pretty stacked team.
And I'll tell you what, that Ross Colton, I absolutely love that kid, the way he plays.
Can they keep up this pace?
You wouldn't think so.
20-1? Or what McKinnon's doing is just, he's scoring goals every night. Just
Give him the SAP right now.
I don't think he's getting enough credit for how
he's
good he
playing
is
men's league hockey out there with these guys.
flying around. I mean, their top 2 lines are just filthy. That Iciest is nasty.
Yeah.
He has it on his stick the entire night. Like, We might be heading there for the finals, boys. We might be heading there for the finals.
Somehow they're going to get
How
some
fun
of
would
these
that
guys
be?
in their alumni team in Asper too. I bet there's.
I think Nacius is flying in, playing on it. Yeah,
I would be surprised.
Flyers money line over the Sabres. The Sabres once again, Richie. I talked about inconsistency. They were god awful in Philly. Like they scored the first one, but other than that, it was just layup city. And then last but not least for my wins, I had the Habs over the Jets. And shout out to our boy Eric Comrie. Fuck, he played unbelievable, man. He's had a bit of a tough go here since Labatt went down, but I'll tell you what, his hair looks great coming out of his helmet. He's got good flow going. He played unbelievable last night. Like,
Great style.
yeah, I mean, it's obviously hasn't played this much hockey that he's been playing, but last night he made some saves. Game could have been 6-2 half, and he made some unbelievable saves.
I mean, and he just got unfortunate his first couple of games in, tough starts and goals that were just, they weren't his fault. And you get behind in games and the team plays a certain way and they start running and gunning and it's just an onslaught of shots. But he, single-handedly kept, the backdoor kick saves.
Oh, he was
just, he was.
And I'm sure you guys can agree with me on this. When shit starts running downhill at the Bell Center and how the louder it gets, Richie, like those nights I was hemmed in there and it gets loud and they're all over you. Like the Habs were coming and he stood on his head.
Yeah, he certainly did. He played great. I bet that game too. I took Montreal in that game. That was a fun game. I liked that was just a good energy game.
Great game. Lowry had a big hit behind the net. Him and Wi-Fi square off and go at it. It was a great hockey game.
Yeah, it was.
You know what? It showed the character of the Jets, too, because they've been on a tough stretch here. They lost their fucking Hart Trophy goalie. It was the end of a road trip, and you boys know more than anyone. At the end of a road trip, when it hasn't gone well, you got to, right? You get back on that bird to go home. You're like, we got to find a way here. And they played a great road game. They hung in there, and they got good goaltending, which you need. But I thought they showed some character of some fighting them because it's been a tough stretch for them.
Yeah, it has. And it's just all part of the year, this time of year, around the holidays and stuff. Road trips getting long. Winter's around the corner. Squeezing out wins, buddy, with your backup goalie is huge.
Yeah. I'll go over some of my losses now. I'm not just going to talk about my wins. Knights puck line over the Hawks. Connor Bedard took a big old dump on that one. Vegas, listen, they got to shoot the puck more. They got to play in straight lines. They're soft. I would trade Keegan Colasar yesterday for that Ryan Lumberg. Can we get Lumberg out of Calgary into fucking Vegas or what? They need a little bit of what's his nickname?
Lamborghini.
We need a little of him.
Lamborghini.
They need a little of him. They need someone that.
Yeah, no, you're right. The guy deserves actually a chance to play on a winning team again.
Yeah, Bedard was the best player on the ice in that game. And you know who the second best player was? Spencer Knight.
Spencer Knight was,
He was really good, wasn't he?
Really, really good. Richie, we've talked about this over the years. Devils are at home the other night against Flyers, right? So I bet them, lose. Next night, Columbus coming in. I'm like, okay, I got to double it up, right? Lose. Stars come in last night. All right, I got to double it up. Lose. I'm in one. So now I'm almost going to text Frosty like, what's the temperature of the squad feeling like? I will say this about their team. They're missing that Brett Pesce. Luke Hughes to me, and he's young, Richie. You always tell me people are young. He's young, but he's playing too many minutes right now. Like I've watched him play the last 3 games and he's making lots of mistakes. And you guys, I don't know if you guys ever did this as players, but you know when you're having a bad shift and you just get off the ice?
You seeing that?
Yeah. You did that a couple times. I'm like, oh, that is a tail sign of no confidence. So I think they got to be
bad
careful.
look too.
Yeah, you know what I mean, Rich?
It's a tough look, right?
Yeah, that's a bad look.
Yeah, it's a bad look. Could shoot.
I don't love that.
As bad as Quentin Hughes' couple shifts that I watched the other night.
Against the Avs?
I mean, he did not want to be out on the ice.
That Avs team is.
The Avs team's good, but the give a shit meter was not even.
I think he's checked out here, almost happy at this point.
Checked out. What I saw there, I hadn't seen in since Versteeg started shooting all the pucks over the ice when they told him he wasn't going to play. He shot everyone over the ice in practice. It was that bad.
And then last but not least for me, boys, I got a little greedy with the Ducks at home against the Mammoth Hockey Club, 7-0. Your text was hilarious. I turned the game off. I'm like, fuck, this game's over. You're like, that boy Kells really needed that over. I'm like, 6.5. Hey, you needed that over, fella.
Oh, I've never seen one team make the over themselves.
By the way, I don't know that might be a first, bud.
I swear to God, 6.5 and one team gets 7. I've never seen it.
That's a touchdown, fellas.
I laughed. Richie's like, that boy Kells needed that over, fella. I'm like,
so I know you say it was a dirty bang shot off his skate. It was. I was like on the couch, woo, celebrating for 7-0 game.
Any other bets you want to touch on there, Rich, before we move on?
I was like you. I bet Jersey at home against Dallas. And Dallas has been so hot, man. It's tough to take them bet against them right now too.
Roberts.
And that's it. I had Montreal. I was kind of a light night, and I'm starting to get my Buffalo bets in already because I wasn't sure about what's going on for the games on Sunday if we were allowed to bet in New York.
New York, we're allowed.
Okay, I didn't know. So I was
Yeah.
putting some.
Yeah,
some
you're going to
early
build
bets.
fire in New York. Yeah, listen, the Stars are playing great. That Jason Robertson is just on fire. Right after I was just chirping him about being soft, he scored like 13 goals straight or something here, Rich.
He's been cooking pretty good.
He's
Not bad.
yeah, he's getting paid. That's a tasty little streak.
Yeah. Speaking of tasty up, dog, get this guy a Labatt Blue, fella. The Prestige Pilsner.
I could taste them already, fellas. Brought to you by Labatt. With Labatt, you can buy beer and get gear. Go to their website, fellas, snap a photo of your receipt and upload it to gain points towards exclusive merch. Any size, any product, anywhere you're buying Labatt. Sign up at rewards.labattusa.com, fellas.
The Prestige Pilsner, boys. I'm dishing out 3 ice-cold Labatt Blues. Dakota Joshua had 1-1 the other night against Florida. Best game I've seen him play since he's been in a Leafs jersey. I was high on this guy when the Leafs signed him. I think I know he's a playoff guy from his days in Vancouver, but they need him to chip in offensively. So Dakota Joshua, good on you, buddy. Keep it going. Get yourself a Labatt Blue. Brendan Dillon, 1,000 games in the NHL. Good for you, man.
Absolutely.
Like,
Playing the hard way, too.
just, yeah, like a journeyman, so to speak. And obviously played hard, physical. But when I saw you got 1,000 games, I'm like, man, good on you. Get yourself a Labatt Blue, fella. And last but not least, my boy Gabriel Landeskog, 2 apples the other night against Vancouver. He looks back to me, boys. He's skating well. His vision, hunting pucks, being physical, sticking up for teammates. Landy, love watching you play. I've missed watching you play. Get yourself a Labatt Blue. Up, dog, what do you got, fella?
I'll keep mine simple, boys. Labatt Blue Light out to a well-deserved guy who, in his first game back after a long, extended break, Carter Hart, unbelievable game the other night. He stood on his head in overtime. It was almost like he was possessed to go out and make a point that he's one of the best goaltenders in the league, and he hasn't missed a step. So I was happy to see him. He had a great interview with Steve Levy and with Torts after the game. There were some good things said by Torts about him, who was his last coach in Philadelphia, but just well-deserved and a great showing for his first game back in a couple of years. So Carter Hart, have yourself a nice pint.
Yeah, he deserves it. Kept using the word great. He kept using the word grateful. Grateful to be here. Can't imagine what that kid's been through. He was looking like me out there in the third, though. He was huffing and puffing, but he made some unbelievable saves in overtime. I love that up. You get yourself a Labatt Blue, fella. Richie, fella.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire a nice ice cold Labatt Blue to Josh Doan. He only had 1 assist. It was last night against Flyers, but the one thing he did, on his year, he's got 27 games played. He's got 8 goals and 19 points, which I think is pretty goddamn good for a kid who's still kind of figuring out the NHL. But he had a back check last night in the third period, and I've never seen a guy skate so hard and catch the guy doing. You're down 5-2. It was like 10 seconds left in the game, but I watched this kid for a lot of years now, and I think this kid's going to be their leader of this team going forward. He's just such a good player. He's having a great year. He's on the first power play. His skating is so good. I just love the kid, and for that, I just want to give him a Labatt Blue. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, listen, that shows character. I like that, right? It's easy to quit, fucking digging back. I'll tell you what, they traded him and that Kesselring kid, who I liked him as a right shot defenseman, for what's the kid's name from Buffalo? 77 there.
Paterka?
I don't know if I love that.
Paterka?
I don't know if I love that trade in general. I don't know if I love it. I like Doan. I like Kesselring.
Yeah.
What do you think, Rich?
I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, Paterka's will want to get paid. He can score, but he's not. I think Josh Doan's a better all-around player, and he's going to be. And he's a hell of a leader, this kid. But we'll see. It's tough to see. I like Kesselring too. He's big. He fights. He can skate. So it's just if Buffalo could ever get some more of these guys and figure it out, they might have something.
Yeah, that's true. Boys, get yourself a Labatt Blue. Always drink responsibly. The Prestige Pilsner, Chippewa Street. Here we come. Last but not least, before we get to our guest, it's the Jägermeister Iciest shot of the night, presented by Jägermeister. Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister, damn, that's cold. For more info, visit Jägermeister.com. And fellas, always drink responsibly. All right, boys, I was going to give it to Brady Tkachuk as first of the year. He scored against Montreal. It was a pretty juice goal, but Connor Bedard said, roll it, KC. I was watching this live. This is just gross. I almost threw up on the couch.
Got a half chub.
Theo, you're in one here. Look at this right here.
Like what?
I mean, what? The celly was unreal too. The celly down to one knee, and he did the kind of the little rope or whatever. I mean, his speed, and when he can get separation, and this is all I was saying his first 2 years. I'm like, he wasn't getting separation. Now when he gets separation and his ability to shoot the puck, I mean, that could have been more spink-bink. Spink dink. Damn, that's cold. That's our Jäger Iciest shot of the night up, dog. That was, you can't teach that.
No, he wants the puck. He's coming out of his zone. He's ready for the puck, and he's getting, as you just said, he gets faster and faster with the puck as he starts skating. So that's a sign of an elite player playing with confidence. But the stick, Richie, I talked about this. This kid holds his hands about 6 inches apart on the top of his stick, and it just boomerangs. And the way he's pulling it in, it's like the pullback combo with the way the toe curve is. It's something special to watch. And what a treat to see a kid that's, playing at this level with a chance to make the Olympic team at, 20 years old. It's just, what we're witnessing is pure filth.
Crazy. Yeah. And with that too, with the close hands too, like goaltenders, like, you can't, they think he's just going to stick handle or whatever. Usually guys have to slide it down to shoot. It reminds me like a lot of Jeff Carter. Jeff Carter didn't pull it in quite as much, but Cart's always had it so tight together, and then goalies didn't know he was going to shoot. So he surprised a lot of goalies. Yeah. But it's pretty impressive stuff. That shot's insane.
Yeah, and it's
what kind of shots he uses there.
Keep this roll, KC. Like, watch him cut back here. Like, this is what it is. Boom. And now he's got that room. That's on Theodore, too. Like, that guy moves as good as anyone laterally. Like, look at how much he's got fucking a foot and a half to shoot it.
That's got to be an 80 flex, isn't it?
You gotta love a good tight net too, eh? Like that's NHL when you fucking hit that corner and it pops right out. Like it
hit the elbow. Like
bing.
I don't even know.
That was his elbow as it gets, doesn't it?
That's his elbow as it gets. And that was our Jäger Iciest shot of the night. Damn, that's cold. Boys, moving on to our guest, Hall of Famer. Great pull by the up dog for the boys. The guys I had a lot of battle with. This was a fun interview. Duncan Keith coming up to you next at Missin Curfew. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Up dog, swishy fella, Hall of Famer.
How many of those we got on?
I don't know, but
we had 99, and now I think
we had Dougie Gilmore, but this might be the first Hall of Famer that we've actually played against.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting old.
We are getting old. This guy never came off the ice. Absolute competitor. We had lots of battles against him. I can't wait to get into that. But Duncan Keith, Dunks, man, thank you for taking the time to come on Missin Curfew. I'm looking forward to chatting with you, buddy. We had some battles over the years.
Yes, we did. Thanks for having me. Good chatting with you guys again here.
Yeah, awesome, Dunks. I mean, listen, first off, congrats on everything that's happened lately. We'll get into that. But how's retired life, fella? You still in shape? How's the VO2? You coaching your kids? What do you?
Yeah, it's good. It's been fun. Coaching my son's team. They're U13 now, so 12 years old. It's a good age. It keeps you get that hockey fix still from that, and get on the ice with them. It's nice to see their development and see the game from a coach's perspective. But yeah, it's been great. I mean, my VO2 is definitely not what it used to be. I still training, but not as intense. But it's been good. I've enjoyed retired life. It's definitely different, as you guys know, but yeah, it's been fun.
Dunks, we got a big alumni game coming up in Aspen. Fuck, I wish we should have brought you in for the NHL alumni team. We need a little speed on the back end, fella. It's like me, Commodore, McCabe, Bedard. It's like Swishy's the only guy that's got foot speed. But do you get on the ice much besides with your kids? Are you playing pickup with the boys in Penticton? Do you get out and snap it around at all?
No, I get, we're practicing 2-3 times a week, and then I'm at the rink on the weekends. So I don't know. I spent the first year back in the dentist chair when I was retired, so I'm a little bit gun shy to have to go back. I literally was in there probably once a week. It's not like in Chicago how they could get me in for, 15 straight hours to just bang it out and get her done. I was kind of going back. So I'm a little tired of going to the dentist. I don't want an errant puck or stick in the face.
Yeah, no kidding, right? That's the biggest concern about these games. Like, God forbid you get hit in the fucking lips, right? And you got, like Dunk said, he's
got nice pearly whites there.
Those are nice, yeah. Updog goes to the dentist every week too, Dunks. He goes to the dentist every week.
I'm actually shockingly enough, I still have all my real jibs, which is crazy. I've been hit in the mouth with pucks, sticks, probably you at some point. And
no, he just spun off.
The teeth just always stay in the mouth guard. I'm like, oh shit. But to what extent was your damage done? Because I remember a couple of your playoff rounds, you had the flipper and everything coming out.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I got my teeth knocked out. There's even one time it started. Well, there was just 1, 2 teeth here and there. Even before practice, I remember having to get off the ice and miss practice because I was playing keep away with James Wisniewski, and he high sticked me right before practice had started, lost a tooth. So they were always kind of in and out, it seemed. And then obviously taking the puck to the mouth was kind of the final blow to knock them all out. And
Like that. Mac, do you see the one McAvoy just took dunks in the fucking lips a couple weeks ago? A guy from Boston.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Did
what
he break his jaw?
I
It
think.
looks like it. I seen a beautiful photo of him and his kids over Thanksgiving, and it looks like it was shattered at some point. It's wired shut.
Yeah, that's when retirement feels even better, eh? Dunks, when you see a poor kid like that taking the lips, you're like, I'm happy right here on the couch.
Exactly. Yeah, I do feel lucky when I got that puck, it knocked my teeth out, but I didn't get any stitches in my face, and there was no bone damage. So I don't know how that happened. Maybe just at the last second turning my head, but could have been a lot worse, like McAvoy's.
Yeah, good Western Leaguer. Eh? Can't break the bones on the Western Leaguer.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of that, let's just dive into that for 1 sec before we talk about Hall of Fame. Reminiscent about your time, you and MC, Mike Comrie, you both went on to these college, you had great careers in college, and then you sneak back for like half a season. He goes to the Kootenay Ice, gets like 90 points in 25 games, something stupid. You come back at, midway through your 19-year-old year, and your guys are just on a heater. I think you win the WHL championship that year, but you got like 45 points in 30 games. I'm like, well, what is this? How, this has got to be illegal. I think now they're governing that type of shit.
Yeah, it wasn't something that I was kind of looking to do when I left to go to Michigan State. Obviously, I wasn't the biggest guy, so for me, it was to go to Michigan State to get that extra year of development, and then hopefully get drafted higher, which I think I did because teams knew that they had that extra year. And then just the way it had worked out, I'd already been drafted. Went to Michigan State back, left halfway through my sophomore year, and just the timing was right. I was lucky that I was, listed by Kelowna, which is right close to home, play, right next door to my hometown here. And it was a great group. I just remember being there when I left and got to Kelowna, that just immediately knew that it was the right move, and the guys more than anything, Ryan Cuthbert and Darren Deschamps, Shea Weber was there. We had a good group, and obviously you guys, we were battling you guys up east. So, but it was, I think more so it was to do with the fact that I'd been drafted already, and a way to kind of get into Chicago, the system, quicker. I like playing more games in college. I think that kind of guys forget that a little bit, that when you go to college, some of these guys are probably finding out now that you got to go there. You're a student, and you're going to play 2 games a week on a weekend. And, if you don't get much ice time, and then you feel like you're not even playing hockey sometimes. But I did like my experience at Michigan State, but I'm glad I got to experience both.
Nick Tarnasky was on that Kelowna Rocket squad, eh? Tarno.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't there for long. I think he was traded a couple weeks after I got there. I might have been the reason, too many guys, but yeah, I saw that viral video of him too. It was good.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Dunks, that was part of the, you've been part of a couple dynasties. We'll talk about it, but Kelowna Rockets, that was the first year they actually went on basically a 10-year run, right? Like a 10-year heater. It basically started that franchise's, accolades. The Kamloops Blazers were in the 90s. The 2000s in the WHL were basically owned by the Kelowna Rockets, the way I look at it, and Kootenay Ice.
Yeah, I think, obviously Bruce Hamilton's done a great job in Kelowna, but I think one guy that kind of flew under the radar there a lot was Lauren Fry. And he was the assistant GM and head scout. And I think that he was a big reason why I was still listed by Kelowna and ended up getting to play for the Rockets, because I think you look at all the defensemen that have come through there, it's pretty incredible. A lot of good players in general, like, Draisaitl was there, but just look at the defensemen that have gone through there, and he's just good at finding that talent. I don't know that he's doing it anymore. I think he's kind of retired now, Lauren, but Yeah, definitely. He deserves a lot of credit for all the players that he helped bring in there.
It's an easy sell. Eh? You get him where you go wakeboarding for a day. You're just going to bring him over to the beach, see what's going on there.
Like, you want to play there, or do you want to play in Moose Jaw? Where do you want to play? You want to come play in Kelowna, or you want to play Moose Jaw, fella? Hey, Ducks, let's talk about the Hall of Fame, buddy. Obviously, first ballot Hall of Famer, no brainer. But when you got the call, what's that like? What's that experience like when you finally get the call from the Hall of Fame and realize not only you're in the Hall of Fame, but you're a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. I mean, I certainly didn't envision something like that when I was playing. I think for me, it was always just the goal was always to try to get better and better. And, I was pushed by playing with great players, and we all kind of made one another better. And, even guys, you guys right here, everybody just pushing one another to get better and be better. And, when I got the call, it was just surreal. I don't know. You grow up idolizing these guys. There's still part of me that feels like it's, not even real, when I'm walking around meeting Matt Sundin and these type of players, guys that I looked up to and grew up idolizing and trying to emulate. So, super honored to be in the hall. And, yeah, it was a pretty special weekend for sure.
Dunk, speaking of idolizing, man, you were one of my favorite defensemen growing up watching you for the Chicago Blackhawks. Obviously, a kid that played in Chicago for the Mission. We were glued to the TVs watching you guys, and through all those cup runs. And yeah, man, it was just the way your feet would move, the candy cane on the twig. I had all that going on, Dunks. And the cool thing about your speech at the Hall of Fame was recognizing, your longtime buddy, D partner, Brent Seabrook. You guys were able to share the sheet over 1,000 times together. I loved your speech, but I love what you said about Siebes, talking about, he was kind of the guy that maybe was not keeping you in line, but hey, Dunks, we're leaving at this time. I'll come pick you up. So just talk about that relationship with Brent Seabrook. I loved his game, number 7, no visor, tough as nails. That had to be pretty special having him there, no?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just, I look back and I think, like you guys asked the question, getting the call, it makes you reflect on so many different things. And definitely when I look back at my career in Chicago, just so fortunate to have gotten to play with Brent all those years. I remember the first prospect camp we had together. He was 17 drafted. He had the sideburns and glasses, and so it's cool to be able to play with a guy that long, and you see the transformation. And as everybody gets older, and he's just a great teammate, great guy, and I think definitely an underrated player. The first round pick, and like you said, scored huge goals for our team and ran the power play lots of times too, and just a rock back there for our team. So I think everybody in that locker room would look at Brent, and just like one of the biggest leaders we had, and just instrumental in all our success on the ice and everything that he did for our group, and especially for myself off the ice. I mean, I got to sit by him in every dressing room, home and away, and I think he asked for that. I don't want to know, but he had some superstitions, so it's like, come by you every dressing room. But it was great, I wouldn't want to change that, and I was lucky to play with a guy like him.
Dunks, yeah, Siebes. I mean, when I think of him, I just think like rock solid, and just he did score some big goals for you guys over the years. But let's talk about when you first got to Chicago. I remember my first game in Chicago. I was with the Ducks. It was half empty. There wasn't much excitement around the team, and then you guys come in there, and then obviously Taves and Showtime come. But like, when did the culture start to change, and you guys started building something that we all, history knows now, that led into a dynasty? But when did you guys start looking around and going, all right, boys, let's just keep this process going. We got something special here cooking.
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, when I first got there too, it was empty buildings. I remember sitting out for an exhibition game, sitting in the stands, and you were just, I was just happy to be in the NHL at that point, and it was kind of, the perfect storm in a lot of ways. We just kind of had a group of young players that came up together, and then when Rocky took over, he changed a few things, and we were on TV. We started, having home games broadcasted on TV, and we started adding younger players, drafted Kane and Taves, and then we brought in Coach Q. And I think it was at that time where we went on that first run where we didn't make playoffs, and then we made playoffs, and we went on that run into the third round and lost to Detroit. And I think we learned so much from those playoff series that year, and we just had a close knit group that I know wanted to win together and do it together, because we knew that we had such a special group. And and then the next year, obviously, we were able to get that done. So I think it was that first year, but we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants when we first got to the playoffs. And you gain that experience, the more you play, and going to the third round gave us that experience to win it the next year.
Dunk's a guy that kind of, wrote the roadmap for you guys, laid out all these draft picks for you, Dale Talon. He's also basically built
Updogs boy. Hey, you back up the Briggs truck for the Updog.
Yeah. He fed me the one deal that I can't say I deserved it, but
yeah, you did.
I could have used it.
Yeah, you did.
No, but listen, he's been part of building, the dynasty you guys had there in Chicago, and then he's moves on in an unfortunate way. He probably should have stayed there. I think it was a mishap not putting in I think he didn't the fax machine. He didn't quite get a contract right. It's a weird kind of story.
Technology. I got him. That's all right. Fuck.
But anyway, he moves on. He does the same thing in Florida. He builds a team that's gone on to basically be a dynasty here the last 5 years. But what can you say about those relationships back in the day where all these new players were coming in? And just like the confidence you guys were able to build right off the bat, because as Obes was just mentioned, going into that madhouse, between 2008 and 2015 was no bueno. You guys would be all walking in, coming from Michigan Ave, and I'm just like, these motherfuckers are good.
Yeah, it was, what I remember for sure when I look back, Dale was instrumental. He put that team together that won in 2010. But I just remember when we started to acquire players, it was just like it seemed like, we drafted, he drafted great players. And then there was trades that he made, and it seemed like every trade that he brought in was just like he won the trade somehow. You know what I mean? It was just like we get a great player that would help us, that was like young, like everybody else, and more than anything, a great guy that fit right into the locker room. The thing I remember the most about that team was just how much fun we had off the ice, just having being with one another and spending time with each other. So. It was it was a special group, and it was thanks to Dale for putting that together.
Dunks, you revolutionized the way to defend, and especially in the neutral zone with skating forward, and it's a term now that coaches love and they get hot and horny about. They call it surfing, but dates back to the days of 2010, you coming up through Chicago. Was that something you always had, where you were able to defend and hold lines so well while moving forward? Because now you see all the defensemen in the National Hockey League and all the elite defensemen, they're able to do it where they surf across the ice. They're able to close guys up before that red line and definitely before their defensive zone blue line. So was that something just that clicked in your head? Was it a coaching suggestion? Because you were unbelievable at it, and still to this day, that's how the best defensemen hold lines and defend.
Yeah, it was, honestly, I was just taking orders from Q. Like he wanted us, I think that maybe he saw our strengths, and skating was one of my strengths. So just rather than backing in and taking that rush, it was basically, he called it swinging in. Now they call it surfing, but you just swing in and use your skating. And I remember one time we were in New Jersey, and I asked him, I said, Q, what? I could tell I was in a little bit of his doghouse at the time. That game wasn't playing good, and I said, Q, what are you seeing in my game? And all he said is just be confident in your gap, and that's literally all he said. And so I went out that game, and all I focused on was having a good gap from the offensive blue line. It's starting there. If we could swing in there as the offside D and cut it off, or or just defend that rush. And then it really just, that was everything. It was just like, yeah, that's all I focused on. And then it kind of just, you get your game back and you start feeling confident from making good defensive plays.
Yeah. I remember when we played you, we go right up. I'm like, fucking Keith's standing right in his back pocket there. Like either bump it back to me or something, like, because you would come up and then Seabrook would already be cheating over because he trusted your gap. And, you know, even if we chipped it, he'd be there picking up and you guys were coming the other way, it felt like all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when we first started doing it, the guy would think that you're going to hit him.
Yeah.
Right. Like if he's coming down the boards and you're able to go in and close that time and space quickly, and they would chip it and you're just kind of faking like, I wasn't going to hit the guy. Yeah. Just wanted the puck. But, you know, guys, forwards are good too. They adapt and they kind of, you know, become patient with that puck. And then it's like, you just swing in, at least you can stall them a little bit. But, yeah, it was, definitely, Q was helping us with that.
Dunks, I got to ask you, fella, I don't know if we can call it a rivalry because we never fucking beat you guys. I guess they got you the 1 year and 7 games. I was in Nashville. That was when I had my Blackhawks hat on. I'm like, fuck, I need the Hawks to beat out the Canucks here. But anyways, fella, go back to those, you know, those matchups we had against you guys. I mean, it was some of the best hockey I ever played in. The hatred between teams. You know, you guys had a great barn at the Madhouse, and then you come back to Vancouver, and like, I remember when I played with Boley in Florida, Boley would tell me like he'd walk around Vancouver. I'm like, you were crazy to walk around Vancouver, Boley, by yourself back in the day. That's how much people hated you. But I'm just curious from your side of the battles, like it was a pretty good, you know, war back in the day, eh, Dunks?
I absolutely. I mean, I look back at those, especially in the playoffs. You guys had a great team, I think, and it's two good teams going at it. And there's a reason why. I mean, in 2011 they go to Game 7 in the finals. So I think right there, two competitive teams, and you know, both teams. Yeah, I just look back. I think both teams made each other better. You know, I think we learned a lot playing in Canada in those playoffs, where you got the whole that type of atmosphere. You know, for the first time in 2009, and just a competitive series. You guys had Kessler and the Sedins and Burrows and Bieksa, you yourself, everybody. It was like there was just both teams had a bunch of characters in the game, and it was entertaining for fans. And like I said, I think both teams made each other better and contributed in a roundabout way to each other's success.
Yeah. Dunks, you weren't much of a chirper. You let your game do the playing, but do you remember like with some of the banter going back between the benches? I mean, you guys were all over me every single game. Well, Brian, you fat fuck, this and that. But I mean, some of the shit that was said, I was like, after the game, I'm like, that was personal. That got personal out there, eh, Dunks?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember, I think that's where the hatred kind of gets into, right? When the chirp happens like that. But that's definitely one thing that I remember a lot, both teams chirping. You guys had players, we had players, for sure. I mean, I remember Ben Eager just on nonstop. But yeah, it was that was what made it competitive for sure.
And then just the last one for me, just on the Canucks Hawks, is I think when it really boiled over was the line brawl at the United Center. Remember when Burr grabbed you and I think he was pulling your hair, fucking Burr, eh? Yeah. But like, you know, Eager and Juice go toe to toe, and Juice's jersey comes off, and he's looks like a wrestler, and it's me and Seabrook, and I'm trying to get Burrish, and you're fighting Burrow, and I'm like, you know, we got on the plane after the game, we're like, fucking rights, it's on now. Like, you remember, to me, Dunks, that was when the rivalry was on.
Absolutely, yeah. It's it's fun to think about how competitive that really was. You know, I don't really know. I mean, you still see those. It's nice to see. Well, I'm obviously watching lots of hockey nowadays, and that's what makes it entertaining, I think, for the fans and everybody, right? It's I think both teams, just that kind of army mentality where kill or be killed. And yeah, I definitely remember that, getting my hair pulled by Berez. I got to play with him at the World Championships, and so it's kind of nice to be on the other side with him, on the same side after a while, after all those years. But yeah, there was a while there. We all hated one another, and like you said, I wasn't the biggest chirper. I felt like if I was chirping, it was kind of like I'm not playing my game. I'm focused. I got to focus on stopping Sedins and not being embarrassed out there by those guys. But I think everybody was getting into it. It didn't matter a little bit. That's kind of when you hate one another.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because a lot of times we were trying to get to Dunks, right? We're like, hey, Burr, get in his fucking ear. Kess, get in it. Let's see if we can get him chirping.
That was part of
And you never would, probably because you're on the ice the whole fucking game, but you never. And then over would come Eags and Burris. We're like, fuck you. We don't want to talk to you. We were trying to talk to him.
Well, it's one thing to get off. He's on the ice the low down games, so you can only get him for the 35 seconds I'm out there and I'm huffing and puffing trying to chase it. And he's got the puck the whole time. Dunks, you bastard. Dunks, part of being on a dynasty, which, is a very special thing in sports, is the relationships that you build, during the course of winning. And then like moving on, into, later fatherhood and retirement. I guess where I'm going with this is, how's your relationship with those boys? You talked about Siebes, but, all the guys, Boley, Hossa, you've brought in some great players, and then specifically just Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane, and how close are you still with those boys, and what they're doing right now must, you must look back and go, fuck boys, I can't believe you're still rocking and rolling.
Yeah, it's special. I think, you get to play with certain guys for such a long time. You develop a real close bond, and then being able to win with one another kind of, adds to that, those memories. But yeah, I keep in touch with all of them. It's I just stayed at Seabrook's house. My son's team had a tournament out in Medicine Hat, so we stopped in at Siebes' house. He just moved to Calgary. We stopped there on the way there. Tired me out before the tournament, and then my son wanted to hang out with his son after, so we stopped again on the way back. So took me a week to recover after spending a couple nights at Siebes' house, but. It's good to see all the guys. Host gets the group chats going every once in a while, because I think there's a few things in Chicago this year with our cup celebration weekend, and I got to spend a week in Arizona with Taser. He was training and skating with a skating coach that I know. Excuse me. And yeah, it's good to see those guys. Kaner's a little more low key, low profile. Send him the odd text once in a while there. Like if I like to watch him because I know that he wants the puck all the time, and if he doesn't get the puck, I'll text him and then let him know what 43 or whoever it was should have got you the puck. But yeah, it's great. I think that we always have that connection back in Chicago, and Chicago, I think for all of us, is like a second home because of that.
Yeah, I just want to stick there with Puppy. Obviously Boley. I still think if you ask Henrik and Danny Sedin when their heads hit the pillows, I still think Boley's in their head a bit. I'm like, fucking don't worry about Boley. I try to leave him alone. Boley was all over him, but big buff Dunks. I mean, the fucker would play defense, and then he played forward, and I'm a big guy like myself, but the thing with Buff is the way he could skate, man. Like, it didn't matter what he weighed. His lateral movement was good. I mean, he was just a fucking handful, and a really important piece to your club, right, for that first cup you guys won?
Well, absolutely. I don't think there's anybody in the NHL like that I ever played with or against that was like him. Just how strong he was. He would weigh in on the scale. I saw it at 268. And that's when he's in shape, and he's strong. Like he was, as like you've seen the highlights, you played against him, you've lived it. It's like, I would have hated to play against him. I played against him in junior one time, and I tried to take a run at him, of all people, because he had his head down and he was just skating along the boards. I literally did a cartwheel up right off him. I think he didn't even think he felt it, but I saw him in November too. It was great to see him. Just a great guy. If you're ever feeling stressed out, and it's kind of like you hang out with Buff for a day, and it's like, what am I worried about in life? This guy's pretty relaxed, and but yeah, just a great teammate and one of a kind. One of a kind play.
Before I turn over to Swish, this is my second year in Vans, so we've already the rivalry's already heated up, and I'm at the roller and Big Buff strolls, and you guys have played that night in Cowtown or whatever, and I'm like, Buff, let's come back to my house here after, fellas. So we kind of go out the side door of the roller and we're walking out, and some Canucks fans walk by. They're like, Obi, not Bufflin. No, not Bufflin. I'm like, he's not a bad guy. It's not playoff safe, guy. It's not playoff safe. We're going for a couple nightcaps. So I love the big Buff.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Great teammate. Absolutely.
Dunk, I wanted to ask you now, guys that have played with you always talk about your training regimen and your gear. And guys that have really played with you for a decent amount of years would always talk about how you'd be changing sticks. We talked a little bit about that at the Pint a couple of years ago when we were up there for the Edmonton Oilers, Florida Panthers, the first go around. But I remember asking, I want people just to explain it a little bit. Your gear and your sticks, like, is it true at times during a game, maybe if you weren't feeling the stick you had, you look at a trainer and be like, can you go get me that stick from game 5 2 years ago, and you would play with it? Or is that, are those rumors not true?
Yeah, I mean, Siebes likes to tell those stories and make some stuff up, but I think there is definitely some truth to that. I think just being a hockey player, you get maybe a little bit of OCD to some degree, and maybe mine would have been worse than most. I don't know, but yeah, definitely. I don't know. I would maybe just get bored and just want to try a different stick or a different length. I remember I was at certain points there, I could feel a different stick, and in my head, whether this is right or just, I've lost my mind. I could feel like different sticks or my skates too felt different on different ice surfaces and in different buildings. And but I like playing around with that. I felt like it kind of kept it interesting too. And yeah, I don't know, but I had different curves, different lengths, different companies of sticks and different flexes. So went a little bit overboard there. I think I toned it down as I got a little bit older. Maybe I just stopped carrying as much. I don't know. But for a while there, I was going kind of squirrely.
Yeah, because I remember, I used to go to a ton of games growing up, and I remember you started the game with like an SE16 Easton. There's the next period you came out with a Warrior. Then you were onto the Bauer in between the TV timeout, and then you were back to a CCM. They're all different curves, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? I think you still ended up having about 1 and 2, but it was like, oh my God, he's changing sticks and everything.
I used a Kaner stick one game in Toronto, and I liked it, actually. I used it the whole game, and I can see why he's able to get in tight and put that puck there. I used it in the morning skate, and I came in on the goalie and was right in tight and just roofed it on the backhand. And I looked at Kaner, I'm like, it's the stick. It's not you, bud. Like, and but in that game against Toronto, I had the puck came up to me on the point, and I tried to one time, and it literally went right into the corner. I was right in front of Toronto's bench, and they're like, why are you using Kane's stick? Or somebody said something, and I was like, yeah, well, that's why it goes to the corner like that. But yeah, I was just, a little bit over the top, but maybe get, change it up, long season.
Yeah. No kidding. Hey, Dunks, our boy in the production booth, Kyle Conway's got one for you. KC, fire away, fella.
Hey, Dunks, Conway here. Just a quick one. I'm just a kid who grew up in California, but played hockey. I went to school out in Missouri at Mizzou. And every time the Blackhawks and Blues played, it was just, the bar was split, blue, red. People were furious at each other. Just a guy from California, just in awe of that kind of rivalry. Can you speak back to, that Blues Blackhawks rivalry, 2014, 2016 first round, you guys went at it. Just such a great rivalry and just so cool to watch that out in Missouri.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like we were talking about with Vancouver there, two great teams. And I remember every time we would go to St. Louis, we knew it was going to be a hard game. And early on, they're a real physical team. And so you knew that they were going to come out hitting. And they had, I think Cam Janssen was there for a while too. And that's, yeah, exactly. He was coming in to take your head off. But yeah, just like it was with Vancouver, I think it was born out of like two really competitive teams and two really good teams. And obviously St. Louis is in the same division as Chicago. So we saw them a lot, and two Midwestern cities. and I look back and it just makes sense on why St. Louis ended up winning. Was it 2018 or 19? Right around then.
Yeah.
The one in 18.
Yeah, and they felt like kind of like a little.
When they won, it was like, well, yeah, it was every time we played them, those series were like right down to the end and right down to the wire too. And so they had a lot of great players, Peter Angelo, and they had their tough guys and their guys that were trying to get under your skin and skilled players. But I remember it was Ken Hitchcock was the coach for a while too, so they played a tight checking game and definitely a big rivalry. Spent a lot of time in St. Louis over the years. That was good memories there. Most of them.
You got them the 1 year, didn't you? Did you get the 1 year?
We got the best of them in 1 year. But going into playoff hockey in Chicago when the fall, it's springtime and there's nothing better. You're still going for those pancakes.
Try to tire the Rush on Tavern. This playoffs can't go in there.
No, but Dunks, we had you guys up 3-1 going back home, and Kaner scores a wraparound goal to send it back to Chicago for Game 6. You kicked the shit out of us in 6. And then we go back and the game was tied like with 3 minutes left, and Troy Brouwer fucking is in the crease messing around, and he finally gets a stick on one and scores against his old team. I just, to me, I had a couple Game 7 memories, but that one was all time. I ended up shattering my thumb in the first period, hitting your D partner Hjalmarsson. And I come off to the bench and I just pull my glove off, and Brodziak looks at me and the thumb is sticking out sideways. And all I could think about is my golf game this summer. I'm like, fuck, this golf game is going to be done. But no, it was one of my best Game 7 memories. Unfortunately for you, you fell on the wrong side of that one, but good hockey.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was a good series. You guys had a great team, and yeah, that was a tough one. I remember when we lost that series, it was we'd been on a bit of a run there for a while, so I was turned the corner pretty quick there, and it was nice to get a bit of an off season there. So it was, but I never really got back.
No, I bet what the Panthers are doing, like going to 3 straight finals, is like crazy to me. Like the amount of hockey they're playing. But Dunks, I just want to kind of tag this about the Western Conference back in the days. You guys got the better of most teams, but was there one team that, when you guys matched up against the Kings or, I don't know, San Jose maybe back, was there one team out back in the West that you're like, all right, boys, we really got to dig in here, or you respected everyone the same kind of thing?
We definitely respected every team. But, when I look back, it was definitely, I'm not just saying this because it's you, but it was, Vancouver and, Vancouver, St. Louis, and LA. It was just seemed like we had to beat those teams to get out of the West, and it seemed like we were always playing you guys in playoffs, and but yeah, definitely those 3 teams, and I think just the 2 competitive natures, like you say, chirping one another. So you knew you wanted to be on your game, because if you made a mistake or something, you're going to hear about it. You're going to see it on the highlight, and you're going to hear about it from the other team. So yeah, it was, LA had good teams. We knew that they were good. They didn't chirp as much, it seemed, but yeah, it was, probably those 3.
Hey, Duncan, it's so funny you say that. We're playing you guys. I'm trying to go after Big Buffet, and there's a little line scrum, and Matt Walker comes down the wall, and I'm like, fuck, I want no part of him, Dunks. I'm like, I want no part of this, but I'm like, I have no choice now. So I get in there, go, he gives it to me pretty good. I get up, and I got to skate by your guys' bench, and your whole bench, though, right down the whole line, is just like, boy, O'Brien, you fucking one punch, you fucking play. I'm like, not only did walks work me, I had to go by. So to your point, you never wanted to do anything in the series that would give the other team more kind of ammunition to fire at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. It was kind of held you accountable that way. I think that's part of what made you play better and made you be on your toes, and both teams doing it to one another.
Doc, I wanted to ask you.
Sorry, Schwitz, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, you're obviously such a skilled defenseman, the way you skate, log the minutes, but I do think the one thing that separated you was you had piss and vinegar. You had bite, whether it was running a guy in a corner, maybe doing something a little criminal like slashing him across the face. You always had that just bite to you. And a lot of guys in this day and age could take a page out of your book, seeing how skilled you were, how many minutes you played, but you had that fuck you, and especially at playoff time. Now, I wanted to ask, is that something you always had, that fire in you, or was it something that came along with the confidence? The more you played, the more you elevated your game.
Well, I think I had the bite in me all the time. I think as you get a little bit older, I don't know, maybe I just developed some anger, where I couldn't control it. But as you guys know, if you're able to kind of harness some of the anger and use it to your advantage, it can make you play better, and you can find energy when you need it, and obviously was playing a lot of minutes, so there's times where you play little mind games with yourself, or but yeah, I don't know, maybe just kind of some of it was just instilled in me from a young age from my dad. I said it in my speech, play with fire in your eyes. And it's kind of, he would always tell me about, how when he was playing, and, I don't know what level he really played, but, he just, there's that emotional element to it where if you can kind of bring that into it, and it can help you or it can hurt you sometimes.
Yeah, Duncan, I just want to ask you, going back to the Madhouse, I used to love coming in there and playing those games with the anthem. It's a two-parter for you. How great was that, the anthem, when they point up to it? That must have just been never got old. And second, the organization's heading in the right way. Bedard's obviously taking the next step. Just what was it like playing there night in, night out, and where this organization's going now, fella?
Yeah, I was just watching a game on TV the other day, and I never watched the anthem or tune into that, but it was just I don't know, maybe it was because I've seen it so many times live, but I was Jim Corneliuson bellowing out the anthem, and the way he does it, it's pretty neat, and I love how the fans get into it too, and they're cheering during the anthem where normally it's kind of quiet, but it's loud like that in Chicago, and it's certainly a special part and cool tradition that they have there in Chicago to witness that, and the patriotism that they have there for the military and the U.S. It's great. I love it. And what was the second part?
Just where the organization, sorry, Dunks, yeah, just where they're going now. Obviously, Bedard has taken the next step. They got Blash in their coaching. It feels like they're heading in the right direction. Not saying they're going to get to where you boys were in your dynasty, but I think the Madhouse might be rocking sooner than later.
Absolutely, yeah. It feels like they're developing a good culture there now this year. You see them sticking up for one another and a little more pushback, and I think Blashill looks, he's brought in a good structure and systems to the team, and they're playing more as a team. I think if you even watch Bedard, just he's playing with that fire, I think I saw he had an A on his jersey the other day, so he's kind of growing, and it's his third year now. And but I like to see how they're all kind of sticking up for one another, and it's definitely reminiscent seeing all their young defensemen coming up now to see that, because I remember looking back when I was coming up, it was all a bunch of young defensemen coming up together. Some stood there and stayed, and then some got traded away, but they've got a lot of good young defensemen there in Chicago, and good forwards too. So they definitely look like they're on the right path, and hopefully they can keep that going.
Dunk, there's no free ads on this show, but I love the city of Chicago. And when you're back there, do you have a local watering hole you like to have a pint at, or maybe a favorite restaurant? Where is the nostalgic feel for Duncan Keith when he's going back to the Windy City, baby?
Wow. There's a lot of great restaurants and a lot of great little bars and pubs. As you guys mentioned there, that Pancake House for breakfast in the morning is great. My buddy just opened up another Scout. You guys have probably been to that, the old one. That one got shut down during COVID. I think he closed it down, but he's got Scout 2.0 coming out here now. So he sent me pictures. That one's, I haven't been there yet, but it's just open now. I mean, next time we go back there, we're going to probably hit that one up. It looks pretty sweet, but I mean, you guys know the restaurants. Chicago Cuts, great. Gibson's Italia on the water there. God, I don't know. Where do I start?
Yeah.
The
Viagra Triangle. I would just not leave the Viagra Triangle there. Your Gibsons or a little bite tea, then right over to Tavern on Rush.
Dunks, that city for a stretch of about 6-7 years was the hottest city, I think, in the U.S. It was the time we were all going to Lollapaloozas. Terry Duffy was taking us golfing. We're going to Beverly. We're going out to
Butler,
Medina, Rich Harvest Farm.
Yeah.
The golf is great there. We've seen a Ryder Cup.
Saw my morning jacket there 3 nights in a row. During the finals, when Dunks was winning the cup, remember? Bouchard's
Tampa.
Sean
You guys
Thornton.
were playing Tampa. We went in for 3 nights at Chicago Theater. My Morning Jacket's our favorite band.
Yeah, I'm sick.
The city was it was electric. You guys had the most electric city, I think, in the country during your guys' dynasty era. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just like I look back and I remember being drafted there, and I didn't know much about Chicago other than, it was an original 6 team, and then I get there and it's such a big city. It's bigger than you guys know. It's a massive city, but I don't know. It was just the more we lived, the more I played there and the more years I spent there, the more I loved it. And then when you win, it just magnifies anything. It's such a great city, a great sports city. And to be able to win championships there, I look back and it's just incredible to be able to do it in a city like Chicago and with the people there and great people, Midwestern people that are just down to earth, hardworking, and just really just want a team that competes in battles. And you look at the history of the Blackhawks, they had guys like Probert and all those guys and tough teams. And so I think they just appreciate hardworking, competitive players. And so, yeah, I don't know, just to win there. So many great memories of riding those trolleys in the city and the parties afterward. It was crazy. The concerts, and I remember bringing the cup out on stage with Kid Rock, and some of these memories are just blurs, but it's like, I can't believe I did that. 75,000 people, and he's putting the microphone in his mouth and handing him the cup, and he's just sweating. And it was just pretty sweet.
That's so sick.
Just a haven for a single guy back in the day.
Fuck. Jesus.
I'd had trouble there. Hey, Dunks, listen, 2 gold medals, 1 in Vancouver, 1 in Sochi for Team Canada. The Olympics around the corner here in Milan. A lot of talk of younger players, maybe, Celebrini, Bedard being in the mix. To your knowledge and your experience there, how much experience does a young player need to have to come in and play play in a tournament like that? When you got a 6-game tournament, everything on the line for your country, can young guys handle that pressure, to your knowledge, in today's game? What do you think?
I think they can. I think it will probably end up depending on who they're looking to what other guys they're looking at. Do they go with some experience, or what do they need on the team? But that's a good question. I think it's sometimes you get when you're young, like that first year when we were 25 years old playing, the Canucks, and then we're playing the Red Wings, and, we're just kind of playing. And sometimes that inexperience can help you. It's what you don't know. You're just playing hard and playing fast. And, but I think it'll probably come down to, what they're looking for and who to slot in. Right.
It's a good point, though. Like Bedard and Celebrini might be, they're so young and talented that they don't even know kind of what, they know, but they get there, they start playing, next thing you know, fucking gold medal game. Like, that's why I think they're immature, not immaturity, but their youth could help out a little bit. I agree with them.
Yeah, just
maybe they even elevate their game, right?
Yeah,
maybe they could even, they're still young. It's just, what's the potential there too, to continue to get better even throughout that tournament. But
yeah, it's like them earning the stage, and those moments. Yeah, are they there yet? I would like to say yes, but looking back in the day,
they're in 4th in the league in scoring. So
Ben, Getzi, Thordy, Aginwala,
there's none of those boys left anymore. None of those boys left. Well, Better's still out there. We get better on the squad, but Dunks, last one for me, buddy. I appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely.
Just your Oilers. Obviously, the year you played there was fun watching you play. You had a great year. I thought you could have kept on playing, but you're retired. But Connor McDavid, man, he takes a haircut to stay at Edmonton. I think we all can agree we want Connor to win a Stanley Cup. Like, first of all, for a guy who played with him, like, for him to take that much less money to stay there, and how much are you pulling for him to get across the finish line?
Yeah, I'd love to see him win a cup. He deserves it. I remember just when I first got traded there, I could tell because we'd kind of gone down in Chicago for a few years before I got there. And, immediately I remember being at the exhibition game against Calgary. I know it was Calgary, but it was still an exhibition game. And just the intensity in the room and around the room. I remember thinking, what is everybody so uptight for right now? It's exhibition game. But I could tell that Connor and Leon, like those guys want to win so bad and they want to do it for Edmonton, bring a cup back there. They feel like ownership of that team where they were drafted and started their careers there. And so I think they'd like nothing more than to bring one back to Canada and Edmonton. And, I think I'm with you on that. I'm pulling for them. I think it shows with him taking that pay cut there to, where it's like build a team around those guys to fill in the pieces so that they can bring in other guys.
Yeah, he showed his character, like leaving that much dough on the table. I mean, good on him. But you're like, boys, it's preseason. We're not even getting paid yet. Hey, why are we so tense here, fellas? We haven't even got a paycheck yet. Loosen up.
Well, it was the Battle of Alberta. I get all that, but I don't know. It just seemed a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I think the other team had Kachuk, and so they had some players, but and I think that there'd been a little history between the two teams prior to me getting there, anyways. So maybe I was just kind of
No, I think you were right. Just take a breather, boys. She's only preseason, but hey, Dunks, man, thank you. This was a treat for me to talk to you, buddy. Obviously, we had a lot of battles. I respect you throughout my career. So thank you for taking the time, buddy. Congrats on the Hall of Fame, all the success. We really appreciate it, my man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Great to chat with you guys, and appreciate you guys having me on. Good to chat with you too, Obes, all over the years here where we were battling against you guys, and nice to be on the other side and now being able to talk hockey with you guys.
Yeah, that's
hopefully we got to get on your podcast too here. I'll get on there eventually.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Be ready for that one, Dunks. They don't hold back on home by three, fella. Be ready for anything there.
And he'll have a wig on. I'll have some sunglasses. Yeah,
He'll be ready to go for you.
You guys enjoy California. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
If I'm getting out that way, I'll get a hold of you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Updog, Swishy, Updog. Thank you. Great get there. Hall of Famer, Stanley Cup champ, Conn Smythe, gold medal.
Norris.
Good guy, too. Seems like a beauty. That's the first time I've ever talked to him besides telling him to fuck off on the ice.
It's, you know what? Yeah, we entering the conversation where we're talking about like, wow, it's the first guy, in the Hall of Fame that's our age.
Yeah.
And just what that, it hits home.
Big time.
And the battles we've had and showing up to the rinks, and him coming out wearing number 2, and the Hawks jerseys were always just so sharp.
Sick.
They all look so good.
Yeah, they were just like, we're like, how are we going to beat these fucking guys?
The thought was just like, man, again, we're going to play these guys. And in saying that, I think back to him as a young kid when we talked WHL for a bit. He was snubbed from World Juniors, which looking back, I wish I'd asked him why.
Yeah.
And for him to come in and, 2 years in the minors and then do what he, be part of such a dynasty and him sitting back like that, relaxed, happy with how his career's gone. He's got his new teeth, like he's talking, coaching his kids. It's a new Duncan Keith, but it's something for, like you said, it was special to chat with him. He's just a fucking good guy.
Yeah. And Swishy, I thought it was cool from your perspective as a younger guy than me and the Updog. You looked up to him and that was cool when you asked him that question, fella.
Yeah, I mean, that's a guy that I grew up watching, right? I was playing for the Chicago Mission, and I was figuring out, holy fuck, I'm driving 2.5 hours to practice, or my dad's driving me down here with my brother, and how do I make the NHL? And what player do I want to emulate? And who would that be? Well, he's on every TV and every rink I go in Chicago, and that's Duncan Keith. And that's when they started winning. And just his footwork, his competitive drive, and all the stories you'd hear about how hard he trained. And that was a guy that I looked up to. That was my favorite defenseman to watch when he came into the league and ultimately won all those cups, and how clutch he was, how good he was live, and just how big of a cornerstone piece he was to every team he played from, the Hawks to the Olympics. It's always special talking to him. I actually, like I mentioned, I had met him up there at the finals a couple of years ago, and I went full fanboy, boys. Not a lot of dudes will do that to Jay Swish, but when it's Duncan Keith in that room, you know what? Just take out the Sharpie and you can sign wherever you want, buddy, because unbelievable player. Unbelievable player.
I want to tag that because you did ask him a great question about, changing the way that defense, played the game.
Yeah.
Nicholas Lidstrom, who Mr. Norris himself, played the game skating backwards, watching you. You couldn't chip a puck by him. He'd be skating backwards.
And he never crossed over.
He'd knock pucks down and he could go left or right like this.
Yeah.
Duncan Keith, you're right. He was like a fourth forward almost. He could skate forwards the whole game, not skate backwards, and you would still be like, fuck, how did he play 30 minutes in PK and everything? It was almost like he played on his toes.
For sure. And what he did while he did that was staying up so much, it didn't make him go back and get pucks all night.
Yeah.
Right? Like we were always like dumping in Duncan Keith's corner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you never could because he was staying up. And if on the other side, Seabrook would stay up and he would cheat back and go get it. It's like you can't just shoot up the wall against those boys. They're gonna squish you there every time.
And where I was going with that, and you guys can jump in, is look at Quinn Hughes. Like thinking of how Quinn Hughes plays the hockey game right now and how the puck's on his stick, but he's still like is strong on his skates and gives you little shots. Always has the puck. Plays as the fourth forward. If he's on the power play, he could go anywhere. And now, the young kid in New York,
Matthew Schaefer.
These kids are watching it, just like Schmaltzy looked up to watch Duncan Keith. Now, Schaefer's watching Quinn Hughes, and the trickle effect is there. So, he pioneered the new way, and maybe Coach Q was part of that, being such a beauty that he is. But it must be nice knowing that you change kind of the way the kids are coming up.
I liked what he said. Like he's like, I was going through a tough stretch, and I went up to Coach Q and I said, "What do you see in my game right now?" Like I thought that was kind of cool. Like I don't think anyone, and this is no disrespect to Lane Vigneault. I respect AV and I respect him as a coach and a person, but I don't think anyone on our team would ever went up to AV and be like, "Hey, what do you think of my game right now?" Like if he didn't call you in, or like that's just the relationship they have with Coach Q. Hey, like what do you think of my game right now?
Oh, totally.
So that to me is another. But I'll tell you what, Duncan Keith and Jordan Schmaltz would have been a nice D pair. Little D hinge, hit the weak side. It would have been a nice D pair.
I know if Teuvo Teravainen didn't slip to 17, I think Chicago was going to take me. But that's a story for another day, Opes. The 2012 draft. Yeah, man, just the way he could defend and set his gap right on the inside of his own offensive zone blue line, so you don't have to back in and ultimately, Opes, go shake pucks all night. The way he'd surf across the ice and squeeze you out right in between the blue lines, it was remarkable, dude. Like he was a human killer in the neutral zone, and that's what every coach still teaches to this day. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and it was cool for me to ask about the Canucks Hawks back. Like I played with Boley with you in Florida. Me and Boley would talk about it, but they were wars, man. And like I look back to those with some of my, obviously we didn't get the result we wanted, but fuck, when those series were over, you're like, fell a good series, man. I'm going to Hollywood with loops and ups, but you guys go win that cup. I'm fucking spent. Like, you leave it all out there. So
what he said about like we had a good stretch leading up to the Game 7 loss against us.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you did. You're in the conference finals or won the Stanley Cup 3 times in the last 7 years. So yeah, I totally get it. And that feeling he must have had going, oh, thank God this is just the first round.
Yeah.
I can actually
take a breather.
I only had to play 7 playoff games instead of 20.
Yeah. I remember when I used to miss the playoffs, I'm like, fuck, I only got 3.5 months of summer here, 4 months of summer here. I'm going to squeeze everything in, Swishy.
I know. That's just it. You're counting down the days, and man, just the ultimate competitor, man. I mean, just the ultimate fuck you. I mean, remember dating back to those St. Louis series, the old wakey on Bacchus. That's old school, baby. That's old school.
No, he played hard. He played. We had that bite to his game that you asked him about that I thought was great. Question by you. So, Updog, great get. Thank you to Duncan Keith. Swishy, always a pleasure. Updog, thank you. Thank you to Hall Pass Media, Kyle, Casey, Conway, Max, the Ice Pickup. That was Missin Curfew.
Fellas.